So, Vanita,
Yeah.
your show is finally going to be on TV.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
It feels awesome. I actually woke up to see it.
So you didn't even set your DVR?
I didn't, and you know what? I even saw the previews, and I still woke up at 5 o'clock to see it.
Wow.
Because I wanted to see it on my TV.
That's great.
Yeah, it is amazing. I wanted to film myself, but I was too sleepy. I wanted to, put the TV in the background and have do a selfie.
And do a
I was
selfie.
like,
Nobody
this
was.
is me, but I didn't do that.
Oh.
I didn't
Well,
do
maybe
that.
next time.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah.
You're going to do your makeup at 4:30 so that you're ready at 5 for your selfie.
That's definitely not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's definitely not.
So is it as much fun as you would hope? You would hope it would be.
Well, I tell you what, it's a lot of work.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I have been so fortunate to have a lot of good people around me that help it go smooth and, help me learn and help us make it great.
Well, there was a whole team with us when we were filming, and
Yeah.
it's like you recruited everyone who ever owed you a favor.
That's right.
Oh,
I did.
that's
I'm
how
so
that
serious. I did. And children.
And yes,
Yes.
Yes,
my
a little
children.
child labor thing going
Yes,
on.
yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
they're
They'll be compensated.
They've
well,
been
I'm
compensated,
sure, yes.
I'm sure.
Room
I've
and
done my
board
time
and that.
babysitting
Yeah.
and cooking for them. And
Yeah.
I did. I had some great friends that helped out. And those friends actually had experience doing some of this work. So,
So that
so
worked out
they
very
helped a
well.
lot. Yeah.
So I understand that the makeup team was a bit of a surprise to you.
It wasn't, well, I mean, I knew they were coming because I
Oh.
gave them the address.
I thought that maybe you
No.
didn't think you were going to have so many of them.
I didn't, well, I didn't think they would all show up. Because,
Yeah.
when people do something for you and
Yeah.
you're not like signing a contract with them, they could not show up.
Yeah.
So they all showed up.
That's pretty
And they
awesome.
showed up with all of their glam squad stuff. Did you
Yes.
see that?
Yes, it was pretty impressive.
I
Yeah.
coveted most of it.
Yeah. And you know what?
I don't know what to do with any of it, but it's fine. Like
It looks
I really
good.
liked
Wait,
it.
hold
Yeah.
on.
Technical
You
stuff.
stole some stuff?
Borrowed? I'm gonna return it the next
Okay.
shoot. No, I'm just kidding. I totally did.
Okay. I was gonna say.
No, can you imagine? You're like, this is our host, and petty theft.
Yeah,
Well,
right?
she's bringing it back.
It's like that lipstick looks familiar. Yeah.
Did they have your hue
My
there?
hue
Yes, yes.
I think they had every hue under the rainbow.
I believe they did.
But so this is the first. Do we say it's the first adult game show filmed in Raleigh?
Yep.
Or we're
Well-
just saying it's the only.
I don't know if I could say it's the first, but I'm
Okay.
going to say it's the only right now.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't do my research on it if it was the first. But
Yeah.
we're going to.
We're saying right now in Raleigh.
Right now, it's
Right.
the only one. We're the only
Raleigh,
game in
Durham.
town.
Raleigh, Durham, yeah.
That's
Literally.
right.
The
Yes.
triangle.
Yeah. So we're looking to really capture the audience and surround this city with some good love and
Yes.
some good fun and some good reality.
Yes.
So that's the key to the show, is to make it really funny and put Raleigh on the map, the Raleigh-Durham area.
Well, and we've been hitting, we're always on those lists now for top places to
Oh, that's
live
right.
in the country. And so
yeah.
I think it's funny for people to get to see the people who live in Raleigh.
Yeah.
It's not just this place with a blank slate. But I also think it's funny because traditionally, Southern men and women don't share everything that we're asking them about.
Right.
That's true.
Unless it's, sharing it about somebody else's and there's a bless their heart involved with it. But
That's so true. That's so
but
true.
it's so fun to get to see couples open up and let themselves be silly about each other and their marriage. And we had a couple, one was 17 weeks married, so
Yes.
they were puppies.
Yep.
And then over 40 years was one couple,
Yeah.
so kind of an array of,
And everything in between.
yes.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. What I liked too was, it seemed like when they got on the stage, all the inhibitions kind of just went away.
Yes.
And they like to tell on each other.
They really did.
Yeah.
It was fun to hear them just dig into each other a little bit.
How did you feel about asking them those questions?
Well, I felt
yeah.
some of those questions are a bit risque, and
But you created them.
well,
Let's put that out there.
I didn't do
you
that
helped
on
create
my
them.
own.
Well,
It was
yeah,
very-
so they
it was-
helped, and then we made them risque.
Right. Okay. All right. But he didn't mind.
Well, there's some rewrites in there. I don't know. They got more
Maybe.
to the point, perhaps. I don't know, but I think they enjoyed the questions. I think some were truly embarrassed a little bit, but when they saw their teammates or their the other couples joining in the fun, I think they got into the joy of it.
Yeah.
I don't think we asked anything too embarrassing.
No, I don't think it was embarrassing. No, I think that the ones that didn't want to reveal all the nitty gritty, they didn't, and sometimes they even got the answer right. So
right, that's true.
I like that. That actually should be our tagline. And sometimes they even get the answers right. But we had, so my favorite part was for can we talk about the tiebreaker? What we asked them to do for the tiebreaker?
Yeah.
So we asked them to write down what score they think they're going to get.
Oh yes. And
before the show started and we were writing down what those numbers were, it was uproarious. They all thought they were going to get perfect scores. There were a couple of 60s out of 70s. Some people were more realistic with like 30 out of 70. Yeah. But it was just so funny because they're like, oh yeah, no, we know each other so well. We're going to get this right. And then
reality set in
quickly. Yeah, I like when the turnaround happens when the first part of the show they scored almost nothing, and then the second part of the show,
it's like they get the second win.
Yeah, they start feeling like I better tell the truth so we can get this right.
Is it that the husbands are better at guessing what the wives are going to answer than the wives are at what the husbands are going to answer?
That could be true.
Could be.
Because
there's some dynamic here going on.
Well, because I just remember there was one question about who's a better gift giver. And he said, she thinks she is, but I am.
Right.
But I'm going to say she says she is.
Right.
And it was just so funny. Right. And you're like, that's kind of cheating if you're skewing, but it's...
The question is, how would your wife answer this question? So I think he's spot on.
So does that mean he knows her better than, like, you
she
should
knows
get
herself?
Right. Like, maybe he should get extra points because, like, you really answered it the way that you...
Let's make it more complicated.
That would really make it confusing.
Now you have 72.5 points.
Yeah.
On average, would you say?
Yeah. I like the way the couples got along backstage.
You mean
they weren't,
everybody?
Yeah, they weren't nervous and they were just really excited. You know what made me excited is they really thought this was like a Hollywood production.
It was.
I mean, did you see some of them brought in all those clothes?
They did, and they were changing.
She was like, what should I wear? She brought in like 8 outfits.
Well, so did Warren.
Well, we were filming for several times, so.
Yeah, they acted like this was a real Hollywood production, which really made me happy. Yeah. I was like, this is
they were all in.
Right. So this is Rollywood. Or was Durhamwood?
Well, I don't think you can say Rollywood because that was a movie theater here.
Yeah, still is actually.
Okay. Okay, so it's Durham. Well, we were in Durham anyway, so it was Durhamwood. But they really were impressed with what we had there, and that made me feel good because they thought. Like, they saw this big studio, and they had this little room in the back where they got their makeup, we had food.
And the snacks.
And you made coffee. Did you make that coffee?
I did make the coffee.
Twice, right?
It depends, was it good coffee or not?
I didn't drink any.
Me either, I'd had mine.
Yeah, I didn't drink any, but it went. So
there we go. It couldn't have been too bad.
Yeah, it was good coffee.
It's always, this is so off topic, but coffee's one of those things where you're like, oh. Like, it can be really bad and really horrible and mess somebody's day up. So it's almost like when you make it, you're like,
please be good.
So was yours good though?
I never even got a cup of
Yeah, the people ate it, and they ate the muffins.
Yeah,
and I think that really helped them to relax.
Yes.
Oh yes.
And then talk to each other.
Breaking bread
I think
together.
what would we do different backstage? Is there anything you would do different for the couples while they're waiting backstage? I don't know.
Xanax. I'm just kidding.
I don't know if we do anything different.
I think maybe I was gonna say the only thing I would think is that by the time we get to the 3rd episode, those couples have been sitting around for a while.
Yeah.
And
So what can we do?
Maybe some mock questions for the whole. For none that we will ask during the game. Of course, but some that maybe we've already asked or we've heard and haven't used, but just to get them thinking along those lines. Just
that might be cheating though, because the other couples didn't have that advantage.
Well, I mean, that's
look at here, Warren. Don't be trying to give people an advantage that other people can't have. Let's let them practice.
All of the contestants that are going to be participating that day
Okay.
prior to the first show's
Oh, yeah,
taping.
yeah.
Get together and
I think
answer
so.
some mock questions.
I think so. Because you know what they can practice? Holding up that card. Right?
Oh
It
my
sounds
gosh,
so easy.
why
And
is that so hard?
they're putting it under the table like, ma'am, can you just put it? And they just want to, I want somebody to throw the card though. Just
I can do that.
No, not you.
No, you just,
Yeah, you just keep dropping them.
I did.
You just keep dropping them. But I think just, picking up that top card, they're like
it's
all
really
nervous.
fun, right? And they're
nervous.
they're nervous.
They're
Well, and I
nervous.
don't blame them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think because it's a personal, there's the nerve is around a couple levels, right? Like they're nervous at what their partner's going to think about their answer,
Yeah.
and what the audience
too
is,
much.
yeah, and what the audience is going to think about their question, and also, like I'm being filmed.
Yes, I'm on television.
I'm on
Oh
television,
my
right.
gosh.
They were so excited
Yes.
about that. Like on social media, they're like hitting me up talking about,
Nice.
my friends want to see it. So I can't wait till I put the YouTube channel on
Oh,
by
that would be
Friday.
great.
Yeah, so
Oh,
everybody can be
awesome.
able to
That'd
see
be
it.
great.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're excited about doing that. So I think that first group of couples was just great.
Yeah.
And I think it's only going to get better and better.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just can't wait. It's that anticipation of like what's actually going to come out, and what are their personalities? Because when you do meet them first, when they're backstage, they're not necessarily the personalities that come out when you're on stage.
That's true. That's
So
true.
it's
Some of
exciting
them
to
are.
see.
yeah.
Some of them.
Oh my goodness! You say 2 words to somebody and they start
Talking.
with the
Just
that's
talk-
okay.
just talking.
This is a game show kind of person.
Yes, yeah. There were a few of them that were just going on and on, but for the most part, most of them, well, I would say for the most part, they were just very honest. It seemed like they were
Yes.
just very honest with their answers and really put some thought behind
Yeah.
those answers. I guess because they wanted to tell the truth so they'd match.
Mhm.
But I'm telling
Right.
you, I can't wait until I'm able to give away a car or something really big.
Do you think that will change the way people answer?
I don't think so, but I don't
Maybe
think it'll
they'll put
change.
more thought into an answer.
Yeah, and maybe it'll take too
no,
long.
If they know something big's on the line, we
Yeah.
can't tell them in advance.
Well, no.
Well, no, I'm never telling them in advance.
No.
I'm never telling them in
So it
advance.
could be like a case of oranges, right?
No, it's gonna be more than that because I
Okay.
don't want them throwing them at me. But I think, you know what the other idea is to have the season finale,
Mm-hmm.
bringing back the most popular or entertaining couples that
Yes.
did not win.
Ah.
So that's what we'll have for the season finale for the live ticketed event.
That's going to be
Um,
fantastic.
Yeah, that is going to be.
And then
that's
all
gonna
of
be
our
fun.
fans can come. So if
That's
they've been
absolutely-
watching the show,
Yeah.
you can come see it live
Yep.
and cheer and
Yep.
be a
Join
part of the
fun.
excitement.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is exciting.
Yeah,
It's
so I
very
think that having those popular couples, and we may do a contest, and
Oh,
have
vote
people
for your
vote
favorite,
for your
yes.
favorite couple, and we'll bring that couple back. And that couple, those couples could then put out there in social media or whoever to vote for me, vote for me, vote for me,
Yes.
that kind of thing. I think that would be great. So I'm excited about
Good.
doing,
Audience engagement.
the live ticketed event.
And what's it that you mentioned, or we mentioned to the audience, if they follow on the website, there's contests and things?
Yeah, so look, in fact, it went up today on the website. There's a
Okay.
couple of contests. So they could submit a question that they want us to
Alright.
ask the couple.
Oh, very nice.
And if we choose that question, we'll read the question and, of course, the name of the person that submitted it, and they'll get some game show swag.
Nice.
Game show swag. Now, ask me what
I
that
like-
is.
I like
Ask
What
me-
is game
ask me
show
what that-
swag?
I don't know. I don't know yet. But
We
we're
got
going to
some-
have
It's gonna
some.
be
Some
something.
shirts and some.
We'll have something. We're going to
Yeah.
have
And
something.
that
to send
website
them.
is
It's www.aftertheidoshoww.com.
after the I Do's
Show.
show.
Plural Jews.
Yeah. Everything
No
is the
apostrophe.
same. No, everything is the same. The Facebook page, the website, and the Instagram page, all the same.
Great.
So that's one contest. And then the other contest is they have to follow us on Instagram or like us. And there's on the website, they have to put a tagline. I forgot what it was, but they put that tagline in the comments.
Okay.
And then there'll be a drawing for tickets to the taping.
Nice.
Yeah, so
very
we're going to
nice.
give away tickets to the taping.
That's
so
great.
We'll always do that. So
Well,
I
not
always
everybody's
do
had the
that.
chance to be part of a live studio audience.
Yeah.
And if you live here, you'd have had to go somewhere else in order to do that,
Mhm.
like New York or
Yep.
Los
LA.
Angeles or something. So this will be kind of a fun.
Yeah.
Like, it was really cute. So my parents came to the taping, and
What did they think?
they loved it.
Did they?
And it was so cute because they were on Instagram. Like, they were interviewed as part of like the social media
awesome.
for Instagram. I'm like, look, Mom, you're on Instagram. Like, so it's really fun to be a part of it. And they're having dinner with the couple who was ahead of them. And they met
really?
everybody. I don't know where I get it from. It's so weird.
That's nice. So are they going to come to the next one?
I think so. My husband's decided he's not because he doesn't want me to be nervous.
Really?
Yeah.
Would he make you nervous?
I think he might make me a little nervous.
Because he's a professional?
No, because he thinks he's funnier than I am.
Oh.
And so he'll be telling you, how do you say this?
critiquing.
Yes, exactly. He'll be in the back like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." Like,
So he's
Then
not
you
going
get
to
a thing in
come?
your ear.
yeah,
so you can
right.
speak to-
Yeah, he'll be like, Lauren.
And my husband said, hold on.
Hubby says.
So we're still working that out.
Oh,
But the
okay.
parents that was good.
They're going to come though the
Yeah.
next time. Yeah, good. I think we're going to have space that you can bring, your people.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I want you to have.
There's so many people everyone I've talked to about the show thinks it's so fun,
Mhm.
and they all just want to be a part of it.
Good. I'm glad.
I know a couple who actually took part on a cruise. So I know that was part of your inspiration is going on a cruise and seeing those couples do that. So yeah, they were quite excited about it.
Did they participate in the game show on the cruise?
Oh yes, they were contestants.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Did
they
they win?
They didn't win.
Oh, okay. It's a
But
fun
they had a
game
great
show.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
So did you do it when you were on the cruise?
No,
You didn't?
no,
I'm
we didn't.
surprised.
Well, because when on the cruises that we went on, they had to pick you. They picked you randomly. Like they would ask
Oh,
for the couple who was married the least amount of time. So that was never us.
Okay.
And then the couple that was married the most,
Right, that's
the
fine.
longest. And then they would ask another question like for the third couple, like how many kids or
Yeah.
whatever. They'd ask a question like, so it was never us. But that show was always crowded. I mean, packed on the cruises, and you could never get a seat. And so it was just always so funny. And I thought, wow. Now, Ken did participate in some game shows on the cruise. And I have some video of it. It's hilarious. He participated in like Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, awesome.
That's adorable.
Yeah, and Ken can really dance.
Oh.
But he likes funk music, and they played all kinds of other music. So he was doing
like
funk dancing to all kinds of other.
Oh my gosh,
which was
that's
hilarious.
fantastic.
Yeah, and he had one of the cruise ship crew as his dance partner, and his partner was like some small petite woman.
And he's like,
So it was funny.
Picking her up.
One part, he was picking her up. One part,
Oh, wow.
she got down. She was standing on the floor and opened her legs, and Ken crawled through it and almost lifted her up because she was so short. It was hilarious. And all through the cruise, people were like, "You were that one. You were that one." He felt so
my
famous. So even these couples, they feel famous because they're like, "Yeah, I was on TV." And so now we're showing clips from the other shows. We showed those, and some of the pastors and the other couples that were on the first show, they feel so famous. And I feel like, oh, yeah, they are.
And you made it possible for these folks.
Yeah, me and the good Lord. What were you going to say?
I didn't actually.
Did you lose your thought?
I did, but I was gonna say, do you notice anything different with the couples when they were in the live version
Good
versus
question.
the being filmed version? Like, are they answering any differently, or they're, I mean, obviously they're different couples, but
Yeah. I think the difference between the live show and the taped event is how long we could spend on the couples giving the answers, and how long the host has to, get that answer out of them. Get the answer out of them. And they played to the crowd more, so it was better that the couples had their friends and family in the audience because
they're hooting and hollering.
Exactly. And so they're watching because one couple said we asked a question. I think it was like, "Where's the weirdest place?" or something like that. And he's like, "Man, my mom's in the audience." He's like, "What you want me to say? My mom's in the audience." He's like, "She don't know. She gonna know in a few minutes. You just give us the answer." So, and that couple got their answer right because they were honest.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We didn't try to be like, well, my mom's here, so
Yeah.
we've never done that.
Yeah, with 4 kids.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So I guess you never followed up as to how the conversation with mom went after the show.
I didn't. But I tell you, Ed, they were still family at the end of the show because they were like congratulating them, even though they didn't win, but they were still congratulating them. And we found out some interesting things about the couples, like, you know, there's some weird spaces that they have Whoopi, like in the baptismal pool, and on the balcony, and one of them, like, they were very specific. We were in the water in Cancun on the beach. Yeah, that's where it happened, in the water.
I remember that.
And they were very specific, so so it was monumental, these things. So if we get to bring these memories back to these couples.
That is a nice way to look at it.
It is, and I think, you know, and then they go home and have a good night because they're remembering. Wow, should we try this again?
We should go to Cancun.
Or we should do something different.
Yeah,
we should do something different. That's kind of yucky.
That is.
That was a little like, and to admit that, but they got that right.
Well,
they got that right.
Hopefully nobody from the congregation.
That's why they kept going like this,
looking
out there, because you know they can't really see the audience.
No.
So, but that was a good show. The second one, of course, with the pastors was a really good show. I got lots of good feedback on that pastor show. And we had some really funny pastors they were just showing their true colors. They were, you know, being very real. Yeah. And they appreciated the opportunity to be transparent with the people out there.
That they're actually people.
Yes. They're like, why do you think we don't, you know, have a marriage like everybody else? You know,
we're just people.
Yeah. So I think that was a good platform for them to just be real and relaxed. And of course, none of them were nervous.
No, because they've been in front of an audience.
All the time.
Yeah. One of the wives, she didn't even know she was going to be on the show. Her husband, and I said, well, don't you want to talk to your wife? He's like, she's going to do it.
Oh my.
And so I went to each church to make an announcement about the show, and she didn't know it until I made the announcement. I'm in the pulpit making an announcement. She's like, what? We're going to do what? So after church, she's like, now tell me about this game show again. What is this we're doing? She didn't even know.
Oh my God.
And I was in the pulpit making an announcement. Yeah.
I feel like that could have gone horribly, but he was right. Yeah, she was game.
Yeah, she was. She was game. She got more and more into it when she got there that day, because we don't have rehearsals.
Right.
So when she got there that day and saw how we did things, and she was fine with it. She was very funny.
And I think the not having rehearsals make.
Oops, sorry.
So we don't have rehearsals for the TV show either.
Right.
Which it's harder for us.
Yeah.
And
it is.
And on the couples.
Yes.
But it's also.
It makes it very real.
Yeah.
It's out there. It's right there.
Yeah. I think that's good. I mean, you really can't rehearse that stuff. You have to, you don't know what they're going to say, so you have to really like play off of what they say. So you can't have rehearsal. I mean, I just want the couples to be able to hold the cards upright to the audience first, then to the spouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was so good because sometimes they get to like the audience and then they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, no,
what did you say? What did you say?
Yeah. They really need to see that. And then of course
we'll do practice. It'll be like after the idea is yoga, like.
And down, and then put them back in the tray. Put them back in the tray. Yeah, put them.
It's like
in the tray.
It's like a sun salutation for after the idea.
Right. It's really
it's
easy.
Another people, you know that, right?
But I think they get nervous. I think they get nervous, and those lights are hot.
Yeah. Oh.
The
lights are hot.
No, you tell us about those hot lights, Warren.
Well, I had a little makeup situation going on.
You just dripping.
And I know it was terrible. I think next time I will go without it and just use something to dry
just
my
to dry
face.
your face. Yeah.
I think that's a much better option.
What about just the blotting stuff? The blotting
Well,
tissues?
I think it cakes
it
the
does?
stuff on. I think. I don't know. I'm not a real makeup wearer.
You don't wear makeup?
Not typically, no.
Oh, okay.
Just for special occasions.
Very special.
Does it feel good when you wear makeup?
No, it doesn't.
They didn't put any lip stuff on though, right?
No.
Really? Oh, look
He's
at
got
you.
enough natural pigmentation.
Ain't putting like a lipstick. Okay.
Actually, I did have a little chapstick.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
You
Okay.
gotta take care of yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And
Well, you look
speaking of
good.
that, you know, you were talking about how the couples seem to get into it a lot. I think a lot of that has to do with the crew that you had surrounded them with people who are experienced in doing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So it made, you know, it made the folks who were doing this for the first time feel much better about it.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the the camera crew, of course, everybody. But I'm telling you, everybody made it look so professional. Like I had to stand back seriously in awe. Like, dang, did I do that? Like Urkel said, did I do that?
Oh, I miss.
You miss Urkel?
I do miss Urkel.
Hey, stay on task. We're talking about
sorry.
this show. Okay? Stay on task.
And when
Stay on my
this show is on TGIF, I will love it as much as I love
That's right, because it will be on TGI.
That's what
in syndication.
That's what I told. I'm like, they're like,
ready.
oh, when's the second season start? I said, I don't know. We haven't finished filming the first season.
Yeah.
But trust me,
They're not in the can yet.
you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be even better.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
What was wild is that, you know, I don't know if you knew, but Lauren and her husband tried out to be contestants on the show.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
I think that would have been hilarious.
He was great, but
She was fine.
Did she not make the grade? I mean,
I actually think he auditioned better as a couple than I did.
oh.
And I don't know if it's because we were like the first group that went, and so it was a little. It's nerve wracking.
Sure.
It's cold. You know, like you're like they start you in with this question. You're like, I don't know. What was my first impression of him?
Right.
Like, oh God, I'm
He's
gonna
tall.
offend. Yeah.
Shall I really say this?
Right. Exactly. Like. So I do have a lot of sympathy and empathy for the couples who are going, because I do know that moment of like.
This pressure.
I have never heard his name before. I don't know who.
Right.
You know, like your brain's just like.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I thought he was up for it. I mean, he was the one who found the auditions and wanted to do
Now,
it.
where did he see it?
He heard it on we have one of the little devices in our home that
the
talks
Echo,
to you. Yeah,
the Echo,
I didn't want to say the
show.
name of it.
Oh.
Yeah, we have one of those little devices.
Personal,
Oh, yeah.
digital assistant devices, yeah.
Okay.
And we get the News and Observer on it. And it came across as part of the News and Observer. Well, I feel like we could say News and Observer. And it came across as part of the highlights for the newspaper. And he called, I don't know where I was, but he was like, there's a game show, we're going to try out for it.
That's so nice.
So,
That's
yeah.
so nice.
So I
nice.
called, and when I called it, you're like, are you trying out to be the host or the couples? And I was like,
But there's a host.
yes!
Hold on, what couple? What couple?
Single!
Yeah.
Party of one.
Yeah.
So,
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. I remember talking to you. It's weird because I talk to so many people, but I remember I said, I'll see if I can get you in as a host, and then I think I emailed her a text or whatever. You later on, she's like, great. So I had to do one hour and then the second hour. So yeah, that was good.
it worked out. Though.
Yeah, it did. But we had you down as a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had you down as we would have chosen you both.
I know.
But it was hard.
I tell him that every day. I
Yeah.
said, babe, you were chosen.
Yeah, he was.
You passed the grade.
I want to meet him again because
Yeah.
I really didn't meet him that day. I don't think.
No.
Yeah. So
I think
wanna
like
meet
briefly.
him. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to meet him again.
I'll
But
drag him around.
that was some kind of
That was
weekend.
a busy.
Those
So
auditions
how many
were
couples
crazy.
auditioned?
So there were like 36 couples, I think, auditioned.
How many did you think would
And
audition?
I had no idea.
You had no idea.
As I
How
was
many
doing
were
the
hope-
schedule,
How many did you hope would at least
I wanted
let
to
there
walk
be?
away with at least 20 good couples, and I did.
Oh, wow.
We almost had to like toss coins to decide which couple, between these couples. But I had a team of people where we printed out all the pictures of the couples, and we kind of matched them and say, okay, this one with this one, not this one, and, so that was good because everybody, the casting associates, casting associates, they had their scorecards and they kind of wrote notes. And I had Shalon, I guess you remember Shalon, she's the bossy one.
I thought that was you.
No, that wasn't me.
Oh,
Shalon. I love her. I love her. Did I say that? Did I say I love her?
We love her, Bossy. She's capable.
She is, but she's really good, and she
charge.
took great notes. I mean, like I could almost see the couples
Based
just
on
by
From
reading
her
her
notes.
notes. Yeah.
And what did you use to pick them? Like, what was it? Sort of like charisma or
Right.
attitude?
Right. Funny. One thing she put down, one of the couples, they don't look like they like each other.
Oh, something that couple get on.
No, they didn't get on. They didn't
No, but
get
it's true. There's an aura, right? When you meet a couple and you're like, so you haven't talked in 6 years.
on. Right.
Why are you here?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then some of the couples, like both of them were quiet.
Yeah.
Like you can't have two quiet. You
No.
can't
No.
have two. Usually it's like one and one like this. Occasionally they both were on like up there, but so we noticed that kind of thing, and so we looked at the notes, we printed all the pictures, and we lined everybody up, and then we just chose our couples, and it was good. I think we got good ones.
Now, a few minutes ago, you used the term "their true colors came out."
Mm-hmm.
Now, I must applaud you for the inclusiveness and the variation in the color schemes of the couples.
Yeah.
Was that an intentional part of your approach in casting the
That is a good question, because you know what? Okay, so let me tell you this.
Okay.
So the first show that we did, it was like I put out for auditions on social media, and we got just a very limited number of couples, right? And so I had the meet and greet where they met at my house because that's low cost,
Yes.
right?
I understand.
Well, one day I'm going to use a hotel, but right now it's in my house.
Well, yeah,
And
very
so,
nice house.
well, but it was fitting, it fit. So we did that, and we didn't have any, we had all black couples.
Interesting.
And so I went with all black couples. And so, but I did not want it to be that kind of event, but it was my
Right.
circle.
Right,
And
right.
so then the next thing was the pastor's edition, right? So I said, now we're going to definitely make this multicultural. That was my thing. But of course my circle is, and so what I did
Well,
was
also-
I reached out. What?
Some of the other denominations can't be married, right? They're
do you mean?
religiously, like priests in like the Catholic Church and such, they
Oh.
can't be married.
Oh, well.
So you can't have.
Yeah,
Oh.
I couldn't
That's
have.
right.
Yeah, well, this was the pastor's, is not the priest
Yeah.
edition.
Yes. right. Exactly. But I'm just
Not
saying,
even
like,
half.
That's for
you're
season
more
3.
traditional.
Right, exactly,
You know, like, It's
exactly.
just not.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's where all the old white men are
Is that right?
in the priesthood. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. So they're not married.
I think we're diverse.
We
Okay,
are.
so
I'm
anyway,
sorry.
so
Go
anyway,
ahead, Seth.
so listen. So this is what happened. So then I
What
started to
happened
reach
was,
out to some other pastors. Like my pastor has pastor friends.
They have pastor friends.
They have pastor friends. And so I reached out to them, and they were like, no, I can't do that. They were like really like
Stuck in the mud.
Yeah. So I had a contest online, and so I had people to vote on their pastor and spouse.
Oh.
And so we took some of those, the ones that got the most votes, we contacted them. Some said yes, a couple said no. So I got those pastors, and then I was telling the assistant pastor in my church, I was like, dog, I need some color in my
Your rainbow.
Right? I need some
Yeah.
variation in my rainbow. And so he told me, he's like, I know the perfect couple, and that was the Wilhelms, from Durham. And he was the one where he said something about what cereal most represents you or something like that. And he's like, well, I know it's not Cocoa Puffs. So I got them, and they're the ones who had Whoopi in the rest home.
Oh.
That's that couple.
Okay.
And they got that answer right. And so I got them. And then what happened was I sent out the press release to the newspaper, and that did it.
Oh, that
Yeah.
did
I
it.
could not have paid for that kind of
Yeah,
advertising.
that's great.
And I got so many couples that were so diverse.
Yes.
Awesome.
I almost wanted to cry when I saw
Yeah.
those. And listen, when I was writing down the names, I was like, they not black. No, they not black. No.
So was it Voorhees that gave it away for us?
That Rogers almost did it.
The
for you.
Rogers, yes. But there is a
Voorhees
Richard
tipped the
Rogers
scale.
on the Packers who's a.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's 2 Rogers on the Packers. One's white, one's black. It's
Oh,
just to
okay.
confuse everybody.
Quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that, but
See?
the Voorhees gave it
The
away.
Voorhees, yeah.
So
Yeah,
I was like, I was so
It's a Dutch thing,
excited about that diversity on the,
Well, and it's
panel.
good because that's part of our community.
It
That's
really
part of
is.
being in Raleigh, Durham,
yes.
and that's
Right.
one of the
Exactly
things
right.
that I love about living here. is-
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
I wanted to break into that area. I just didn't know how until
The newspaper.
the newspaper, and that sealed it for me. I
There you
mean,
go.
I'm telling you, I didn't even know it was in the paper, and somebody called me Saturday morning, and like somebody I hadn't spoken to in a long time, and he called and he's like, "Congratulations!" I'm like, "For what? Now I know I'm not pregnant." And I was like, "What are we talking about here?" He's like, "Congratulations!" I'm sitting here reading the paper. I'm like, "What?" I said, "Ken, go get some papers." So I sent him out to go get papers. He came back with 4 papers. I think everybody bought a paper that day, or actually, I think they just don't sell papers like they used to. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think
I
so.
know we have.
Yeah, but we
It
bought
shows up.
papers.
Yeah.
We bought 4 little issues, and
love
yeah, it was. And I was just so pleased to see the people in there. And then we got people with. I mean, I got attorneys, and I got construction workers. I mean, just
You should
Soup to nuts.
we should do another. This is totally going to be cut from the film, but
You gonna cut
we
it?
should no. We should do
Okay.
another press release. We should do a feature on it before it airs.
Oh, I am.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
I'm definitely gonna do
Okay,
it.
good,
Yeah,
good.
I'm definitely gonna do that.
Good.
I'm glad I needed to wait until we know
Yeah.
what we're doing. I
Yeah.
didn't want to do it for the first one. Well, because I knew that
Yeah.
this is the first time, and if I want to make mistakes, I need to get
Yeah.
those out the
Yeah,
way.
limit the audience to that, right?
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
but
so-
Right, you don't- yeah.
and we didn't have the space. I really just
Yeah,
wanted
that was a
close
small
friends.
space.
Yeah, and I did. It was okay because I only wanted a few people, just enough to make an audience, and I knew the couples wanted people, their family to
Yeah.
be there, so that worked out. But yeah, I'm so grateful for the diversity.
Yeah.
I just can't be
I do
grateful enough, and and that they were so I guess. So accepting, they were so exciting. Everybody was so equally
Yeah.
excited about the opportunity and
Yeah.
just being there. And they were like, the auditions were awesome. And I was like, really?
Yeah, it was.
They're like, we had so much fun.
When we sat in our car and eyed the other couples who were walking into the
Oh,
building, we
we
were like,
checking out the
of course we did.
competition.
I can beat them.
We can beat them.
They're not even holding hands.
Oh, we got you.
Exactly.
Really? That's
We
interesting.
did. We were like,
What did you think? Because you auditioned as a host, not as a...
Right. I thought it was great. I was quite
Yeah.
nervous, and I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, I guess I don't so much understand nervousness in front of people. I think so. People
You-
always say that. I know, right? People always say, I just never feel nervous that way
Really?
in front of, because you know what? I guess I'm so old, I just don't care.
Okay,
I just don't.
Well, you've got a lot of experience being a leader and stepping out there anyway, right?
Yeah, and if they, I've had my share of stuff thrown at me, so that, I just duck.
After a while, you realize, well, you know
I'm
what?
hoping that
Nobody-
you're being symbolic with that, not like people actually throw things at you frequently.
No.
Okay,
they-
just check. I just want. I was like, do we
Yeah,
need
no,
to ever
they-
talk about this?
Yeah, no, like, do we need a couch? No. But somebody told me a long time ago, I majored in communication, and someone told me a long time ago just to imagine people naked.
I've heard that before, and
I was
that
like,
doesn't really.
It doesn't work for me because I was like, ew. Wait, hold on now.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Come back here again. Sit down over there, let me see that again. But no, I guess I got to that stage where I don't kiss off. But I can understand being nervous.
Yeah.
Especially, we had all of those casting associates sitting there just looking with their
And they were
pens.
very serious.
Oh,
Yeah, they
yes.
were.
Oh, my
Weren't they? They were taking their job serious.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was the
I remember the first moment in my audition as a host where they laughed, and I was like,
Yes. It's like, okay, that worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
let's keep going with that.
Yeah.
But it was because they were very. I mean, they didn't really say hi when you walked into
Right.
the room.
It was
They were like
very-
serious.
They were
Wow.
very serious.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're gonna have to work to get me interested in it.
Yes,
You know,
that's how it felt.
That was the vibe.
Yes.
Like,
They
oh,
wanted you to
okay.
feel that. And then when y'all
But they-
left, I was like, okay, what do you think? What couple should we bring back? And da-da-da-da. So we mostly focused on the couples, not so much the hosts. Because we had 2 hosts every hour.
Right,
So
much longer.
everybody showed up,
Mhm.
which that's the other surprise. Even I had people that showed up that weren't even on the schedule.
Oh my.
Awesome.
Which was which was awesome.
Did they get
Hard
an
to fit.
audition?
They did not.
Wow.
Because
Oh.
I was filled and everybody showed up to that was scheduled.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted it that way. I didn't want to open cast because I didn't. What if we had a whole hour where nobody showed up and everybody there was just sitting there? So I didn't want that. So I scheduled that. And so one lady came and she called and she said, I'm not going to be able to make it because I'm sick. So immediately I called the other person who was on standby. He showed up and then she showed up. And she's like, missed the opportunity. I was like, lady.
No.
Put your mask on,
You
go
take
back
your,
home.
yeah.
Take
No.
your
So
germs
needless
back.
to say, she didn't get to audition, but anyway, I think it went well. At the end of the day, at the end of the conversation, y'all, we are excited. I know I am excited about the upcoming shows.
Yes.
And I
Very
know that
excited.
the couples are excited about
yes.
the shows, and
I
The
can't wait to show off
possibility is endless.
all their joy and excitement
Yes.
and deep dark secrets. And
There is that too.
I
Yes.
think it's going to be great. And I think that this is just the beginning. I really believe that. This is just the beginning. Raleigh and Durham and this whole area has no idea what's in store. Soon, they're going to be people like this. I want to be on the show. I just want to be on the show, right?
Yep.
Oh, I
Get
should
ready.
knock on the table. Okay. I should knock on the table.
At least you didn't knock on the microphone.
Don't do that. Don't.
No.
Stop. No.
All right.
It's okay.
Awesome.
It's okay. Well, you know, it's hard to contain one's excitement about this.
It is.
I mean, this is a new thing, and it's
It
fun.
is.
I mean,
It
it
is.
really is.
It is. And I'm grateful for the ride and all the passengers that are taking it with
Heck
me.
yeah.
Okay. Now,
Buckle up, Buttercup.
that I like that. Buckle up, Buttercup.
You're in for a long ride.
And on
A
that
bumpy
note,
ride. Are you saying
We're saying tune in, and
yeah,
we'll see you next time.
yeah.
After the IDs.
Okay.
after the IDs?
High five, y'all. High five, y'all. Five each other. You know, five each.
Oh.
Like this. Okay. So y'all
Is that how that works?
Yeah. Okay.
It's a wrap.
Did he do good?
Excellent.
Okay.
Very nice. Very
zoned out.
nice. Very
Was he
nice.
snoring
So
over there?
you should be able to get something out of it.
Yeah, my gosh. How long did we talk? I mean, it's
That
5:49.
was
You should have told us to shut
1
up.
hour
Oh
and
my God.
25 minutes.
You have
You
got
kidding?
to be kidding.
We didn't talk that long.
No, you didn't. It's 47 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Almost talked
okay.
that long.
That was a lot.
That
You
was-
should be able to chop
Yeah,
that
you
up and
should-
get something,
yeah,
right?
yes.